All right, good morning, everyone. Hopefully, despite all the rain and storms, your morning has been okay. We are looking out over Midtown, lots of gray sky out there. We have some pretty thick clouds, but you can see the peaks of sunshine trying their hardest to make their way through, and we will see sunshine later today. So hang in there, everybody. The sunshine is on the way. It's just going to take a little while. Quickly checking the chat just to make sure that we don't have anything going on before I show you radar. It looks like we have a strong thunderstorm that will impact portions of Putnam and Jasper County, so that includes the Eatonton area, until 11 o'clock. So that just came to an end, but nonetheless, definitely seeing some activity down there. And we're going to take you through radar, talk about what to expect for the rest of the day, and of course, the rest of your weekend. I know a lot of students also on spring break next week, so I'm sure you want to know the forecast for that here at home if maybe you're not traveling and just staying here in Georgia for the nice long week off. Boy, do I miss spring break. Spring break was just the best as a kid. Hopefully you can enjoy it. So let's talk about what's happening right now. Thankfully, our severe threat is coming to an end after a very active morning across North Georgia. We've had a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings, some very gusty wind that's caused for some downed trees. We've been reporting all morning long about some trees that actually fallen on homes. We're getting reports out of Floyd County, so over in the Rome area, of about 9 homes damaged because of trees falling on them. And there was also a report of 1 entrapment, but they were able to rescue the woman in that house and get her to safety, and then send her over to the Red Cross for any kind of resources that she might need. So some pretty heavy damage across some parts of North Georgia, and now thankfully we're getting a little bit of a reprieve. So here is our cold front that brought us all the rain and storms, again, down towards Jasper and Putnam County, so the Eatonton area. There is a line of showers and storms that is pretty strong, not necessarily severe, but definitely carrying some gusty wind and heavy rain that's about to push right into Eatonton, over towards Troup and Meriwether County, south of LaGrange, moving into, again, Meriwether County. That will move into parts of Lamar County very shortly, and Upson County, some heavy rain headed your way. It looks like along I-20, especially as you go past Rockdale and Newton County. If for some reason maybe you're taking I-20 trying to travel out towards Augusta this morning, there's a huge tournament going on in Augusta today for the women's portion of the tournament. Of course, the big Augusta National next week, the Masters next weekend. But either way, just keep in mind if you are traveling along some of our major interstates. We did have a lot of rain this morning. We are still experiencing rain, especially along I-20 east of the city. Just drive very carefully. So here again is that line of showers and storms we were watching pretty carefully through parts of Troup and Meriwether County. That's definitely fallen apart as it's made its way through our area. And that was kind of the trend with a lot of our showers and storms today. They were really potent in Alabama early this morning. In Tennessee, there were several tornado warnings in parts of Alabama and Tennessee, and then it moved into North Georgia, and they kind of dwindled. We did have a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings, definitely not downplaying the threat of straight line damaging winds. That's still a really dangerous threat. Straight line winds can take down trees. We've seen that. That can obviously cause damage to homes, and when you're driving around on the roadways, that can cause some danger. So not diminishing the seriousness of the severe weather threat we had today with those straight line damaging winds, but thankfully we didn't have to experience any more necessarily strong tornadoes like our neighbors out in the Midwest have seen. There's just been some incredible images out there in places like Iowa and Arkansas. I mean, there's just been some Illinois crazy video of really violent tornadoes out there. So thinking about our neighbors out in the Midwest, thankfully here that front, because this is the same system, started to fall apart as it made its way into North Georgia. Good morning to Ella Madison. Good morning to Michael. And I believe I saw Wesley in here as well. Good morning to Christopher from Grovetown, Georgia. Good morning to Wesley. Thank you for tuning in. And Christopher, good morning to you as well. Shannon, good morning. Linda, same to you. And Jeffrey. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So here inside the perimeter in downtown Atlanta, we had a couple of light showers. Now we just have some light showers down by the airport in the Forest Park area, moving into Fayette County, parts of Clayton County. And that's just the trailing showers. That's all that's left over in the Winder area as well. So parts of Gwinnett County getting in on some of this rain. Looks like parts of the Monroe area, so over towards Rockdale, Newton County, Morgan County, Greene County getting in on some of this rain. And that, again, is really the last of the heavy rain. That's now all pushing south of I-20 into parts of Jasper and Putnam County and into East Georgia. But it looks like places like Athens over in Clark County, you are in the clear with the exception of maybe a couple of trailing showers. The severe threat, though, is quickly coming to an end. In the next half hour or so, we will be in the all clear for everyone, including Troup, Meriwether, Heard County, Spalding County, Butts County, Lamar. You get what I'm saying. Our southernmost counties, for all of our neighbors south of the city, your severe threat will come to an end within the next half hour or so. But again, if you are traveling over towards Augusta today, the threat's not over there. So just keep in mind, if that's where you're headed, you need to be very careful as rain and storms are possible. In fact, there is a level 2 of 5 down near the Augusta area, or excuse me, a level 1 of 5 just south of Augusta is the level 2 of 5. Either way, the chance for isolated severe storms still exists. Our threat, again, coming to an end within the next half hour, but south of here as that front continues to move off to the east-southeast, that threat will start to sink to our south, and scattered severe storms possible in far south Georgia, and then in parts of East Georgia closer to the coast, scattered severe storms are possible as well. And that's just thanks to the heat of the day. This front will have a little more fuel to take advantage of. Again, our severe threat coming to an end. We do have the potential for some flash flooding, though. We do have a flash flood warning, by the way, for parts of Fulton, DeKalb, and western Gwinnett County. That does include Lawrenceville until 12:15. So just be very careful. If you do see standing water in the road, don't drive into it. All the rain we've gotten over the past really 6 hours, including all the rain we've gotten over the past week, our ground is pretty saturated. So the heavy rain today that fell in a short period of time really didn't help, and that caused for flash flooding in some areas, warranting for that flash flood warning until 12:15. So just something to be mindful of. As far south as the city of Atlanta, all the way into the Lawrenceville area. So just be careful as you're making your way out and about in case there are any kind of poorly drained areas. That rain wasn't going to help with that. And the roads could be still a little slick for the next couple of hours. Now, after the rain and storms move out, which again, they are right now, we are going to be very windy today. In fact, we do have a wind advisory through 11 o'clock tonight for most of the area, with the exception of our far southern counties. So Jasper and Putnam, you're not included in this. Butts County, you're not included in this. The Griffin and LaGrange area, you're not included in this. Doesn't mean you're not going to be breezy today. You will, but you just won't necessarily meet wind advisory criteria. So what we're looking at is wind speed. So the sustained wind, 15 to 25. I think 25 is a little on the high end. I think we're more so going to be looking 15 to 20, but still possible for 25 mile per hour winds. Gusts as high as 40 possible. Our most damaging winds were definitely along our cold front this morning when we had the severe storms roll through and the strong storms carrying 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, but we still could get those quick bursts of wind upwards of 40 miles per hour through the day today, especially as we start to heat up in the afternoon. And that could cause for more downed trees. The ground is wet. We've had a really wet pattern, so the ground is saturated. The roots of those trees not quite as deeply rooted or strongly rooted. You get one of those 40 mile per hour wind gusts to come through, and that could cause more trees to come down through the day today, leading to maybe some power outages. So something we'll be monitoring for you. Again, we are working really closely, as we always do on days with the chance for severe weather or even really gusty wind like this. We work very closely with the National Weather Service over in Peachtree City. We keep in contact with the emergency management directors here in the area, and we will let you know if anything happens, if we get any damage reports, any power outage reports, and any updates of that sort throughout the day today. So let's take you through Futurecast again as we head into the next hour or two. The line of storms continues to break apart, becoming more isolated. Our severe threat comes to an end. Our severe threat should end by around noon today at the latest, but storms still down in central Georgia and again over in the Augusta area. I know a lot of people today might be heading out over there to watch the women's tournament for I believe it's the amateur women's tournament over in Augusta ahead of the Masters next weekend, which I know a lot of people are excited about. I will tell you, there is one instance in the Masters. So before I lived in Atlanta, I lived in Macon, and I will never forget the severe weather outbreak day that happened on the day of the Masters, and there was a tornado warning in our area, like right as Tiger Woods was getting his green jacket. Wasn't great, but that is my core memory of the Masters, was a severe weather outbreak. So looking way ahead into next weekend, it doesn't necessarily look like we're going to have that. So that's good news, but we will keep you posted, because I'm sure a lot of people probably looking forward to watching the Masters and maybe going to the Masters if you're lucky enough. If you go, bring me back a pimento cheese sandwich. I heard they're really good. I haven't had one ever. I've never even been over to Augusta. That's on the list, though. The Masters is on the list, on the bucket list. All right, so in all seriousness, we'll have sunshine return this afternoon. So while we do see some pretty thick cloud cover out there, I notice over Midtown the sun's trying really hard to peek its way through the clouds. It'll ultimately win this afternoon, and we will see a lot of sunshine through the day today. But again, will be very breezy. It'll be warm. Temperatures will head into the mid to upper 70s for the most part this afternoon. Overall, super comfortable. Here's a look at your winds hour by hour, though. Again, as we head into the afternoon, start to heat up. The morning was definitely the windiest as that front moved through, but then as we head into the afternoon hours, I would expect gusts 25 to 35 to be the general consensus, but we can't rule out gusts upwards of 40. In fact, over in Floyd County, we did get a report in the Rome area of a wind gust already 47 miles per hour. So that was a very strong storm. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Floyd County earlier this morning, southern Floyd County. So not surprising that we got a report like that out of Floyd County, and we will stay breezy today. So again, with all the heavy rain we received, some spots picked up close to 2+ inches of rain over the past just 6 hours. The wind is just going to continue to cause problems. Not saying that we're expecting widespread power outages or widespread trees to come down, but it's something that you just need to be mindful of as you're traveling around today. Just be really careful as you're driving through the street. Now, as we go into tonight, a pretty chilly evening. So the rain and storms all along a cold front. Naturally, cooler air is going to spill in behind that. For the most part, especially in the metro, low to mid 40s. But up in the mountains, we could have some patchy frost, especially in the higher elevations. I think you will be in the mid to upper 30s tomorrow morning. So if you are taking a trip to the mountains, maybe kind of kicking off your spring break, heading up there tonight after all the rain and storms pass, one, it's going to be extremely windy. Higher up in the atmosphere you go, the wind is going to get stronger, so you need to be really careful if you are heading up to the mountains. But also some patchy frost is possible tomorrow morning. I don't think that's going to necessarily cause a huge impact on your day, so we're not going to give a first alert for that or anything, but just a heads up, it's going to be pretty chilly tomorrow morning with that potential for some patchy frost. Today, by the way, we do have the first alert all day because of the storms this morning and then the wind through the afternoon that could just lead to some more trouble when it comes to trees down and power outages. Sunday looks spectacular. The wind will die down. We'll see a lot of sunshine. Temperatures as you're heading out the door, maybe for church tomorrow morning, getting ready to run some errands around 9, 10 o'clock. Temperatures will be near 50, really comfortable, a light breeze. We'll see a lot of sunshine tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with temperatures climbing near 70. So overall, tomorrow is just going to be stunning. It'll be a picture-perfect day, so get out and enjoy it because today, of course, started a little bit on the yucky side. It's going to improve, but Sunday from start to finish will just be great. Here's a look at your rain chances over the next 7 days. So unfortunately, our first full week of April and for spring break for a lot of the kids, it is going to be a little bit unsettled here. Monday's rain, I think primarily is for the morning hours. So just kind of a heads up, if this does look like models are continuing to have the rain roll through in the morning hours and it's going to impact your commute, we probably will issue a first alert for it. What's happening is we're getting these little waves of energy. We call them short waves to kind of ride along the kind of flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And those are really hard to pinpoint exactly when and where they're going to set up. So right now, I just think it's a little too soon to pull the trigger on a first alert, but first alert meteorologist Cutter Martin will be in later tonight. Maybe we do end up giving you the first alert just because of rain on Monday. Keep in mind that could impact your commute. So right now, just kind of circle Monday on your calendar. Give yourself a little extra time. I know Mondays sometimes move a little slower for the start of the work week. Just don't be running behind on Monday in case the rain does impact your commute. Tuesday looks drier. Wednesday, we start to increase our rain chances. And Thursday and Friday, we kind of just keep upscaling them. We're going to have a cold front start to move in. It's going to be a very slow moving front. It's not going to move very quickly. So that could lead to additional flash flooding issues, especially north of Atlanta. And so we're going to be watching, of course, Thursday. That's home opener for the Braves, everybody. So we'll be watching that forecast very carefully. It does look like a lot of the rain for Thursday is more in the morning, and it kind of fizzles through the afternoon and evening. But overall, we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. And speaking of close eye, I'm going to take a look at the Weather Service chat just very quickly. Looks like we are getting reports of strong thunderstorms, not severe. Strong thunderstorm will impact portions of Spalding, Fayette, Meriwether, Pike, southwestern Henry, southwestern Butts, southeastern Coweta, northern Lamar counties through 11:30 because of very gusty wind. And then also a heads up it looks like strong thunderstorm for Oconee, Warren, Morgan, Putnam, northern Hancock, Greene, Wilkes County, and Oglethorpe counties through 11:45. So we'll be watching that. I'll take you back to radar really quickly, and I'll show you where exactly those are. Let's see, we're going to use this radar because it's just easier for me to manipulate on the fly. Good morning to everybody tuning in. So here's a look again at our cold front that's bringing us rain and storms. So here is the first line of storms that is causing some very gusty wind. In fact, we're going to turn the velocity on here. Definitely seeing some gusty wind within this line of storms. We'll kind of cue that for you. That's indicating about 25 mile per hour winds. But again, this could carry upwards of 40, maybe even 50 mile per hour winds within this line of storms. Griffin, this is pretty much right over you. This is moving into, it looks like, the Lamar County area. So Forsyth, heads up to those of you over in Upson County, or no, Upson County is Thomaston, in the Forsyth area. This is headed your way. Monroe County, excuse me. I only lived in that area for so many years. But anyway, all this, let me turn the radar back on for you so you can kind of get an idea of what's happening. Very gusty wind, some frequent lightning right through, again, the Griffin area. If you live in Griffin, just kind of hang tight for the next 15, 20 minutes. This will be out of your way. Butts County over in Flovilla, this just might kind of skirt on by. So again, very quick moving. McDonough, you're still getting some heavy rain. Jasper and Putnam County, so the Monticello and Eatonton area, the worst is pretty much moving away from you. But over in this cluster of storms here, over near the Sparta area, so that's Hancock County, again, Putnam County, the Madison area, Greene County. It looks like you're getting some very heavy rain, also some gusty wind. So a strong thunderstorm impacting you. Definitely seeing some bright reds there indicating some very gusty wind. So we'll be keeping an eye right now. It's all below severe limits. But if we do get a severe thunderstorm warning issued, we will let you know. Keeping an eye down, it looks like in Meriwether County, this line of storms here could potentially be carrying some very gusty wind. I'm going to turn the velocity on. It looks like that is potentially going on in South Meriwether County. Yeah, some gusty wind for sure. And again, very heavy rain, some frequent lightning in some of these storms. So just wait for the storms to pass. If you are hearing rumbles of thunder or that heavy rain is kind of knocking on your door, just give it a few minutes and then you can go on with your day, because these are moving really fast. I mean, look at how quickly this is moving. We've been reporting speeds upwards of 60 miles per hour racing off to the east. So this won't be an issue for much longer, and then we'll be able to enjoy some sunshine through the second half of the day. Again, with the rain that's on the way, we are going to pick up potentially through Friday another half an inch to an inch of rain. I think we could experience locally heavy amounts, upwards of another 2 inches of rain. So we'll keep an eye out for any kind of flash flood reports throughout the week. Not necessarily a huge concern, but something we'll be keeping an eye on. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Ella. So here is a look at your 7-day forecast. The first alert for today, the storms pretty much have come to an end, but we'll keep the first alert for the wind now, because that could just cause additional problems through the day. Temperatures near 80 this afternoon. A lot of us will top out in the upper 70s in the suburbs. Cold tomorrow morning in the upper 30s and low 40s, so make sure you have the jacket as you're heading out early tomorrow. Low 70s and sunshine for Sunday afternoon, so Sunday from start to finish will just be a really nice day. We will keep a chance for rain on Monday. That does look like it could impact your commute. So with the rain earlier in the day, that's going to prevent our temperatures from warming into the 70s. I think we're going to stay in the 60s on Monday, but these little waves of energy that cause for that rain chance right there, those are really hard to they're hard for models to pick up on. They're so small scale, models just really struggle with them. So that could change. Monday is definitely an up in the air day, but still it looks like rain will be on the way for Monday. Tuesday looks mainly dry, but we'll see mostly cloudy skies near 80. Wednesday looks like a night rain chance. Thursday looks more of a first half of the day rain chance with showers and storms kind of weakening. Really, Thursday doesn't even look like a thunderstorm day. It looks like mainly rain. I don't think we have the energy for storms on Thursday, but it looks like it's more of a first half of the day ordeal, which would be great for the Braves home opener. So everyone just cross your fingers, do your rain dance, whatever it is, to make sure that that game stays dry. Partially because I have tickets, but partially because I'm sure a lot of other people are looking forward to the game on Thursday. And then Friday, if you see me, come say hello, by the way. And then Friday, we are going to be cooler. All that rain from really Wednesday on is because of a cold front, so that cooler air will start to spill in Friday. Pair that with the more widespread rain. We're going to stay generally in the 60s on Friday. So that's that. We will keep you posted on any of the thunderstorm activity throughout the morning. If anything becomes severe, we will let you know in the First Alert Weather app, a great tool to have as we head into the spring months, and clearly we're starting very stormy. We had the severe weather last weekend, the threat for severe weather this morning. That did end up coming to fruition. We had a few severe thunderstorm warnings, one tornado warning very briefly down in Fayette County earlier this morning. So First Alert Weather app is a great tool to have, because you will get alerted when lightning is in your area, when rain is headed your way, when severe thunderstorms are in your area, tornado warnings, all the above will go right to your phone. And then you can always watch us live there as well as we kind of cover what's going on across North Georgia. As the really spicy months of spring. It's probably the best way to put it. They can get a little dicey as they start, and it seems like it's off to a pretty volatile start, not only here in the South in Georgia, but out to the Midwest. We're just going to see some incredible video and images out from that area. Places like, again, Iowa, Arkansas, Illinois. I mean, they just really got hit hard. So thinking about our neighbors out to the west, and yeah, spring is off to quite the start. So we will keep you updated on the stormy days and on the sunny days as we go through the week. So make it a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Be very careful with the windy afternoon out there, and then enjoy the sunshine for Sunday, and we'll catch you here next time.